This week, let's talk about habits. A habit is a routine behavior that determines our productivity level and our work ethic. Our habits are closely aligned with our mindset and how we approach challenges. Do we embrace wanting to achieve excellence, or do you become complacent? Our success is a combination of mindset and habits plus leadership. I hope that you practice great leadership as the most important habit of all. Please enjoy the episode. Welcome to the Finance Leader Podcast, where leadership is bigger than the numbers. I am your host, Stephen McLean. This is the podcast for developing leaders in finance and accounting. Please consider following me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. My usernames and the links are in this episode's show notes. And also, please join the Facebook group that I have for this podcast community. Thank you. This is episode number 75, and I will be talking about how your daily habits contribute to your long-term success, and I will highlight the following topics. Number 1, your habits determine your daily success. Number 2, what successful people do to build and reinforce good habits. And 3, the most important habit is practicing great leadership. General Colin Powell said, "If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception, it is a prevailing attitude." This week, I am talking about habits, which I have talked about a few times before, but it's important. Along with mindset and leadership, this forms our success triad: mindset, habits, and leadership, which then build our confidence, and that leads to our success. Success is subjective and is very personal. We each decide what success means. It really comes down to our goals. If you accomplish your goals, you are successful. This is where you find satisfaction. If you achieve the goals you set out to accomplish, then you are successful. End of story. Going further, if you set lower goals than what the potential you have, you may find yourself unsatisfied with your life, which could develop into unhappiness. Unfulfilled potential is very real. And if we reflect on what we could have accomplished and then we didn't get there, we could have regret later in our lives. And I don't want you to live with regret. I don't want you to have unfulfilled potential. Continue to push yourself so you don't come to the end of your life and have regret. I have talked about habits a few times since starting this podcast. In episode 23, 5 Great Habits to Improve Your Day, I highlighted morning and evening routines, ways you can reduce stress, and to improve communication. Please go back and listen to that episode if you haven't already. I believe that episode will help. Our habits do help determine our success. I do believe the well-organized leader who manages their time and tasks very well has a better chance of succeeding in the long run. Do you make lists and maintain a calendar? Do you practice good time management? Are you on time to meetings? Can you communicate clearly? Do you take action without being told? Do you block time every day to think and plan? These and many more habits help you manage requirements and your life overall. Now, what's the difference between successful people and those who come up short? I would get many different answers if I was in a room with all of you. This is a subjective question, I know. Often it comes down to commitment to accomplishing your goal. It's a commitment to writing out your goals, developing a plan, and then actually taking action. It can be small actions, but moving forward is key. Taking action is one of those key habits I want you to develop over time. Make a commitment to setting in motion your individual development plan on the way to your long-term goal. Let's commit to that today. Successful people also find time to relax and reflect. They also prioritize their health and have a daily self-care routine. Don't neglect your health. Don't neglect your well-being. To overcome adversity, you must be practicing good stress-reducing methods, and this should become a daily habit. Please think about this. Leadership is the greatest habit to practice of all of them. We don't often consider practicing great leadership as a daily habit, like our morning or evening routines, or how to take good notes during a meeting. I know and believe that leadership is the key to growing a solid team, and it's leadership that helps you as you move along in your career. It's great leadership that helps an organization through a crisis. How are you setting up your team for success? Are you distant with high expectations, or do you actively set the conditions for success? Do you eliminate obstacles for your team so they can get their tasks done with less hassle? Do you show appreciation for your team members who are getting the tough work done every day? Successful leaders spend time developing their team, they listen, and they are self-aware about how they treat people, and they are self-aware of their actions and can realistically and accurately assess themselves. They also act with integrity and show respect and dignity for everyone they interact with. We need to look at leadership being a great habit to build into our daily activities, just like what you do to prepare for the next day and how we begin our morning. A habit is an ideal behavior that can lead us to success or failure. We are often judged by our habits, and the ability to lead is one trait or habit that we must continually develop and sharpen. Now let's talk about how habits can help shape and determine our success. Number 1, your habits determine your daily success. Are you driven to accomplish your long-term goal? If you practice solid good habits, you will have a better chance of accomplishing your goals. I believe that. Everyone knows the one person who does not have good habits. That one person is late, and the one who doesn't write out notes from the meetings you attend together, and then they ask you later about what happened because they missed a deadline. Our habits do help us accomplish our goals and finish our daily tasks on time and to a high level of excellence. Solid habits contribute to high performance, which can translate to confidence and to success in the long term. The finance and accounting fields are demanding. We are managing many tasks and analysis, plus we have to conduct monthly close every month. A well-organized monthly close process must be adhered to so you have a great product. The accounts are closed properly. We have accurate financial statements, and we have an analysis product that helps decision makers. I believe in developing good daily habits that contribute positively to our success. Number 2, what successful people do to build and reinforce good habits. What are the common habits of successful people? They set goals. They show appreciation for others. They are not complacent. They take action. They wake early. They are readers, and many more. What does it take to reinforce successful habits? A good habit means that what you are doing contributes positively to your life and career. It takes commitment to improving and accomplishing their goals. They find an inner drive and they focus on that long-term goal. Make a commitment to change and make small changes at first until your new habit takes hold. Commit daily to making a positive change. If you want to be successful, you have to do that self-assessment. You have to figure out if those habits you are doing every day, are they contributing to your long-term success? And you have to come to a decision. You have to self-assess. You have to figure out that if you're making it or not, if you're being successful, are you accomplishing your goals? Are you accomplishing your tasks? And you've got to make that decision. You've got to make that commitment every day. Get up in the morning and you're going to take action. You're going to plan your day. You're going to write out your tasks. You're going to prioritize. Make that commitment. That's what it means to build and reinforce good habits. Is what you're doing contributing to being a successful leader, to being a successful person in the role that you are working in right now? Make that commitment. Make that change. Continually reinforce what good habits are going to contribute to your daily success. Number 3, the most important habit is practicing great leadership. Great leadership should be something we strive for every day. Great leadership is how we can influence positive outcomes. Leadership is key to our success. A leader charts a pathway for the team and organization. A non-leader only finishes tasks without regard to how those tasks affect the strategy or the vision. They are only getting things done. A leader assesses how that task can positively affect a better decision or to find an insight that develops into a better idea. I want us to regard leadership as a daily habit that we practice and improve daily. It's something to strive to improve and exercise with our team every day. We need to self-assess if we are doing it right. Make leadership be a habit we work on and practice in every interaction that we have. Now let's talk about leadership and the topic of returning to the office. I read recently that recruiters are specifically targeting employees after businesses have announced they are returning to the office. They are going after those employees who do not want to return to the office and who want to remain working from home full time. This has become a very hot topic. There are companies who will not utilize a traditional office any longer. They will remain working from home or another remote location. They want to go after those top-tier employees who prefer to stay working at home. The flexibility and the stress of not driving through rush hour traffic are huge considerations. This will take leadership to adopt the best path forward when weighing the options of returning to the office. Now for action today, our habits can make the difference between being successful or not. Do you practice good habits, or could they be improved? Everyone can use some improvement regarding habits. Sometimes we slip in being organized or taking care of our health. Work sometimes becomes overwhelming and we neglect our self-care routine. Or when we are leading a team, we don't show appreciation for our team members who are getting it done every day to a high standard. Sometimes during periods of high stress, we don't treat people with respect or dignity, so we all need to evaluate our habits and make changes. Sometimes you need to step away for a moment to reflect. Also, use your daily journal to assess yourself and determine what changes you need to make. Here are a few key questions. What are your daily morning and evening routines? Do you effectively use these times to prepare for what is coming next? Do you have a daily self-care routine? Are you using proper time management regarding your schedule and workload? Where can you improve your leadership techniques? Are you approaching adversity or a challenge by trying to solve the problem, or are you blaming others? Are you realistically assessing your own behavior and attitude every day? These are just a few key questions to start looking at how your habits can contribute better to your success every day. Today, I talked about how habits can contribute to your success and highlighted the following points. Number 1, your habits determine your daily success. Number 2, what successful people do to build and reinforce good habits. And 3, the most important habit is practicing great leadership. Be thinking of the success triad: mindset, habits, and leadership. Get those 3 solid. You may be able to achieve greater results, which can lead to success. And by success, I mean the accomplishment of your long-term goal. Our mindset sets us up to grow and to be committed to excellence. Our habits contribute to the daily activities that help us achieve a higher level of performance. And by practicing great leadership, we can influence positive outcomes. It's mindset, habits, and leadership that commit us to achieving and overcoming the workload that we face every day. It's calm and focused leadership that build a team ready to achieve anything. If you only pick up on one idea today, ensure that leadership becomes a daily habit to grow and nurture. Our teams deserve a great leader. Next week, I will be sharing about what an effective individual development plan looks like. I hope you enjoyed the Finance Leader Podcast. I am dedicated to helping you grow your leadership skills, to change your mindset, and to clarify your goals so you advance your career. You can find this episode wherever you listen to podcasts. Until next time, you can check out more resources at financeleaderacademy.com and sign up for my weekly updates so you don't miss an episode of the show. And now, go lead your team, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.